Yeah.
Did you start it over here again? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to do one a squared minus b squared with numbers. Here's 49x squared minus, it's got to be a minus here, 36. Okay? So if it works the way I said, we should be able to put 49, the square root of 49 is 7 times itself, right? 7. Okay, 7, and then the x squared, we need an x on both of them. What's the square root of 36?
6.
6. And remember, we need a plus and a minus. Okay, our first term would come out 49x squared. And see how the middle terms would be negative 6 times 7x, negative 42x, and a positive 42x. Cancel out, and then the last times last is going to be negative 36.
So that's what you're looking for, is that bottom one answer right there? That's
If,
what you
if
answered?
this is a perfect square and that's a perfect square, this will be your factorization right there.
Also, we don't put 7x minus 6 and then the little.
You can't put a squared because they're not the same.
Oh.
The squared was when they were exactly the same. That was called the trinomial square. This is called difference of squares. Because they're different signs and you get the difference. The middle two terms are different anyway. Okay, let's do
Is that
a
5, 6?
simple one. What was that?
Is that 5, 6?
No, this is still part of 5-5. It does two things on 5-5. Okay, let's just do a simple x squared plus 100. What is that going to factor into? First term, x,
Plus 10.
10,
Minus 10. No.
plus and minus.
Plus, minus.
Right, both of you were right. One said plus, one said minus. So that's what it factors into. How about x squared plus 49?
X and X.
X,
7 and 7.
7 and 7,
Minus and plus.
plus and minus. Hope you get a lot of those, huh?
Yeah, test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be nice.
How about q squared minus 1?
Q and Q.
Q and q.
1 and 1.
1 times 1 is 1, right?
Plus and minus.
Plus and minus. Okay, let's do one like 81 minus 49w squared. 81 is what?
9.
9 times 9? 49?
7.
7. I'm leaving room for the letter.
W.
And the w. Plus and
Plus and
minus.
minus.
Right, plus and minus. So if you see something with the minus in there, it's just two terms, it's probably going to be like this. So you'll be like, oh good, we got one of those. Okay, let's do one just a little bit of a something new thrown in there. X cubed is not a perfect square, is it?
No.
But what do they have in common? What do they have? X. As far as the numbers, you don't need to really look for something because they're perfect squared numbers. So you don't have to worry about factoring a number out. You got the 16 minus what? 81 x squared. Now we have a perfect square, perfect square. So we have one more step. 16,
4.
4 times 4, 81x squared, 9,
9x.
9x, yes. Signs,
Plus and minus.
plus and minus.
That was tricky.
Yeah, had to do a little bit of factoring out first, right? Okay, here's one that's a little tricky too. How about y to the 4th power minus 1? They're both perfect squares, right? Y to the 4th,
Y squared,
y squared, y squared,
plus and minus 1.
plus and minus 1. Okay, this is tricky too. Because look at this. You can keep factoring. This one won't, but this one is another difference of squares. You can factor this again. So this part stays the same. See y squared? This is a squared and a squared again. So y squared is y times y. Then you have 1 and 1. Plus and minus again, right? So you're going to have to watch even after you factor it. Watch to see if it can be factored some more. Because there will be a few like this that you can factor again. Okay, how about x to the 8th minus 1? X to the 8th minus 1.
X4,
X4, X4.
plus or minus 1.
Plus 1 minus 1. The plus, this one won't be able to be factored, so just leave it. This one,
We gotta
difference of
factor it.
squares. What's it going to be?
X squared.
X squared, X squared,
Plus or minus 1.
plus and minus 1. Can you factor any more?
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one again, right? So leave these.
X and X. Plus or minus 1.
X plus 1, X minus 1, right? And now you're finally done. When it started right there at the beginning of class, you've been thinking that's crazy. But it wasn't that bad, was it?
No.
Okay. Actually, 5.6 is a little bit of everything mixed. So you're just going to look at it and try to figure out whether it was one of these difference of squares, whether it was a trinomial square, or if you had to factor out just a number or letter, or
It's just a review kind
A
of.
review, a little-
what we
yeah.
just did right
a
there.
little bit of everything. Yep. But if you want, we can do some of them. Let's do some, here's one that's going to be a little different. Let's do, here's one on 5.6. Number 41, because you'll be doing the evens. Well, here's an odd one. X minus 1, X plus 1, minus Y times X plus 1. What do these have in common?
X.
The X plus 1, right? So X plus 1 is going to be one of your factors. Okay. And the other factor will be this minus Y. But you don't leave that in parentheses. Here, it's X minus 1 minus Y. this whole thing will be together. That won't be in a parenthesis.